2017 Volkswagen GTI, and today I'm gonna review it for you guys. Hey guys, welcome back to JR14. Here I am with another video for you guys today, and today you're finally seeing the full wrap. If you have not checked the reveal video for this, please go in the upper right hand corner of the screen and check out that video. Shout out to Print Coat Rapid, who designed the wrap, who actually went ahead and implemented the wrap, as well as G-Star Photos, who did the videography and the editing for that video. You guys are awesome. But here we are, Project Mark 7 reborn yet again with a brand new livery. A lot of people say I'm biting over a specific Instagrammer, but that's simply just not the case. This wrap design was actually inspired by the TCR GTI race car that was debuted at the Geneva Auto Show. I believe it was the year of 2016 or 2017. Introduced the TCR race car, they put a specific livery on it to debut it with, and this was the livery that came on the car. I've never seen a street car with it ever, so I kind of wanted to take that design and go ahead and implement it into my car. So hope that you guys do like it. But we're definitely going to go over the full design of the wrap, some key details, as well as all the sponsors as well as all the companies that I have worked with over the years and continuing working on with the Project Mark 7. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the design of this wrap, some key details about it, as well as we're going to go over all the companies that are on this car and why they're on this car, what parts from these companies that I have on this vehicle, and let's start from the back and work our way to the front. So let's jump into it right now. Okay, so starting off with the rear of the vehicle, first I want to talk about the little message that I have here on the window. As you guys remember, I used to have a lot of companies just listed down from the top to the bottom of the glass. But here I have, first of all, Print Coat Rapid. Print Coat Rapid, like I said, is the company. Shout out to BJ, who actually went ahead and got this design into its real form and what you can see today. You know, he did really good work. He's really patient with me, took his time on the car and really showed good quality work here. So BJ, shout you out, man. Print Coat Rapid on Instagram. Also underneath that it says Felipe Built. As you guys already know, Felipe, or Nelson, was actually the mechanic to actually work on my car. He's the one that did the engine rebuild at European Auto. If you need your Volkswagen and stuff done, hit him up at European Auto. Does amazing work and he's really, really quick. Tuned by EQT. We're going to go over some of that on the side. EQT is one of the logos that I have on the side of the car, but yes, I am tuned by Equilibrium Tuning now with my Litco L500, and that goes back to the last quote on the bottom here, boosted by Litco. So as you guys already know, before the engine rebuild series, I had an L450 following along with now having an L500 turbo from Litco on Project Mark 7. As we step further down, we already know that Rova Motor Oil is a major partner of JR14, a major partner of the channel. I love all the guys there. They're pretty cool. They're great. You know, and they make Rova just really makes good products in general. I have everything in their car that they make, going from the coolant, the G13 coolant from Rova Motor Oil. I have that in the car. I have their 5W40 that I run on this built motor, as well as I also run their brake fluid, their .4 brake fluid. And I've always loved their products, so why not implement them into the car? Because they're amazing. So as we come to the rear of the vehicle here, you see these stripes right here going diagonal, right? So these are pretty cool. So the TCR race car actually had these weird lines that went across, and they were actually chrome. So if you look at it on the side in the sun, you'll notice that these stripes here are black chrome and red chrome, and you know, it's pretty cool. That's why I really, really like this design. And I love the fact that, you know, normally on a TCR car, these logos would say GTI on the front. They'll also be on the hood as well as the side, which I'll talk about later. But it will also be on the rear here. But we incorporated the JR14 logo into the red underneath it. So it kind of looks like the JR14 is kind of spilling off into the next line on the bottom of it, which is kind of cool. And then as you're gonna see the theme on the side of the car, it follows along in the rear as well. So pretty much starting with one side of the car has more stripes than the other. It's supposed to be like kind of tapering off, meaning that it's kind of like a two-tone effect. One color, then striping off into the red that the original car is. Also, as we come down on the sides, both of these are on the sides of the bumper, Aerofab. So Aerofab, as you guys know, I have the rear diffuser from Aerofab. I also do have the front splitter from Aerofab as well, which I'm going to talk about later on. But just stay tuned because we're going to do some crazy good things with Aerofab, but we'll talk about that later on. All right? So let's jump to the front of it. Let's jump to the side of the car, and that's pretty much where all the design cues will lay. So let's go into it right now. Okay, so here we are on the side of Project Mark 7. As you guys can clearly see, this is a striking design, and I absolutely love it. But there's a two-tone effect, right? So we're coming from like red into the white. But then it's not just red and white. You also see this breakup of the black and other red stripes. So you kind of see the red kind of breaking away and the black stripes kind of like separating the two. That's really what I wanted to do with this. It looked really, really cool with the TCR car, and like implementing it into real life, it's absolutely sick. So on the side here, I wanted to just talk about a couple of things. Also, the companies that you see on the side of the car here, I'm going to go over. So, and we just briefly talk about like each company and, what part do I have on their car from them. Talked about in the rear of the car, Rover Motor Oil, I've been working with them for like almost 3 years now. And with them, I always run all their products in the car, not because of anything less than quality. And their stuff is amazing. And that's why I really do enjoy using it. I've always used their oil for oil changes. I just started actually using their brake fluid, and I use their coolant in the car as well. So that's awesome. I really, really do love the fact of the matter of me running that type of stuff on my car. And it's relatively easy to get. I believe ECS Tuning and Euro Parts are vendors of Rover Motor Oil, and also Europa Parts is a Rover Motor Oil vendor as well. They're located in New Jersey. So as we move along the side here, on a TCR race car, it would have this big piece right here, this shape right here, but it would say GTI in red. So I was like, let me change that up and change it to my logo, the JR14 brand, because that's what this car represents, right? JR14, it represents Project Mark 7, and how not to do something pretty cool and incorporate it into this design. So that's what I did here. And the cool thing about these black lines, from this angle, it looks just like a regular black piece, but it's not. The same type of style that these edges are shaped in, the shapes on all over the car, this is the same exact thing. So you see, like inside here, it's actually the textured finish of the actual shapes of the big shapes here. It's incorporated into the stripes, which is kind of cool, right? I think so. It looks dope. Now, also, like I said before, these stripes right here going along the side. So you do have these black chrome stripes going up and down throughout the car. And I like these because it kind of like just pops. It's that popping factor of everything, right? So you see that this is popping out, and the fact that these are kind of chrome. This is black chrome and red chrome. So it kind of like in the sun, it looks really cool because it like reflects off of everything, right? So it kind of it really just makes the design really pop, in my opinion. It's also incorporated into the TCR race car. So when we had only 6 print, like literally BJ at Print Coat Rapid, we only had about 6 to 8 pictures of reference of the actual race car, so that he can do and replicate this design for the channel for my car. And it literally, when I tell you, it was a task. It was a task getting this done, but we executed it, and it looks absolutely fantastic. So I wanted to just talk to you guys really quickly about some of the logos that I work with. These are companies that I work with, and also companies that I believe in because of the fact they make really good parts, they're really good customer service, and they provide a good service for me and for you. So starting with Litco. So Litco, as you guys already know, is the turbo company, the little turbo company. That's what they're named, that's what they're called. But they call themselves a little turbo company because they actually make OEM turbo sizes, but they're honed out, so it's a hybrid turbo. So I used to run the L450 turbo in my car. Now, since I built the bottom end of this car and did a whole engine rebuild series, it is a L500 turbo that I'm currently running on the car right now. They're based out of the UK. They provide really good customer service as well as really quick shipping time for being in another country. So kudos to Dan Licko. You're an amazing dude, and it's given me a lot of information about turbos and turbine speeds and flow and everything else, and how these cars operate with them. So really knowledgeable on it. So Dan, thank you very much for that info. You already know ECS Tuning, those are my guys. I absolutely appreciate ECS Tuning. They do really good work. They're fun people. They know how to hoon around. They know how to have a good time, and they're car people. They're genuine car people. But the good thing I like about ECS is that they're very diverse, right? You have Porsche, Mini, BMW, Mercedes, Volkswagen, Audi. So, and all in one house. And literally there's marketing representatives for all of these brands. James Rigsby, for instance, is a BMW marketing representative, but he follows my channel and everything else. So, you know, he shows support, and ECS does show support as well. I actually drove out to Ohio one time to actually visit ECS Tuning when they gave me the time of my life in Michael Day's rear-wheel drive Mark III GTI with a BMW 4-liter under the hood, or a 4.4 liter. I don't remember which one it was, but it was a V8 under the hood in his rear-wheel drive and a Mark III GTI, which is wild. Check that video if you haven't seen it already. And they're just amazing people. They always know how to have a good time. And we might work on ECS Tuning with a couple of things in the future, so make sure you stay tuned. Now, Cobb, as you guys already know, I love Cobb. You know, Cobb has been a fantastic platform to work with. One reason why I really like Cobb is simplicity. It's very easy. I can go for days about Cobb and why there's reasons why I like it. And stay tuned, because I am going to be making a couple videos on which tunes you want. A couple videos, probably one with tuning, which tune to go with, and explaining tuning altogether, as well as why I chose Cobb. But Cobb, in a nutshell, is a very easy platform to work with. You know, they do outsourcing for Pro Tunes, and you can see everything on the module, right? So you can see all your parameters of what's going on with your car. It's a module that's very small. It can plug into the OBD2 port. You can literally check all this stuff out, which is pretty cool, and it fits right in your pocket rather than bringing a laptop with you. Now, obviously with Cobb, I'm going to skip over to P3 over here, and I'm going to move right over to EQT. Now, EQT is really cool because of the fact that EQT is actually the Pro Tuner for this car. I love EQT for the simple fact that their tunes are epic. Like, the car runs like a monster, and you guys are going to see a video on that very soon. But also with EQT, the customer service is there, the communication is there, and for the fact that they provide a really good service. Those tunes are ridiculous, they're epic, and I enjoy running it on my car. It's absolutely amazing. Shout out to Ed Suman, shout out to Nick Turner, Clifton, everybody, the whole EQT community. When you need a question about something, they're willing to answer. And also they have a Facebook group, which is a huge group on Facebook for EQT, where you can answer all your questions. It's just a close friends and family type of thing altogether. But if you do need help with anything, as far as that, you can go reference them if you have a question, which I absolutely love. Now, P3, as you guys already know, I'm running a P3 gauge in the car. I love the fact for a few reasons. One, it reads a lot of information at one time. Two, it doesn't ruin the architecture of the dashboard. What do I mean by that? I mean the simple fact that the P3 gauge is incorporated into the vent. A lot of you don't even know it's there, and it's so sleek you can't even really tell it's there. So that's why I really like a P3. Shout out to you guys at P3, and they don't just make it for Volkswagens, they make it for Audis, BMWs, American cars, Swedish cars, all types of vehicles. So go to p3gauges.com and check them out, because they make really good stuff. Now, as we move on to the rear, there are about 5 logos on the rear of the car that I want to just quickly go through. We're starting with the gear with the D on it. That is my boys, Deutsch Auto Parts. Shout out to Paul, Max, David, and Nathan, the camera guy. They're really awesome people. Paul and Max and David, I know, were certified Volkswagen Audi Master Techs. So when it comes to this car and all the other Volkswagens, they're masterminds of. So that's why I really do appreciate them. But then also, and then small stuff like an airbag light or something like that, Paul can kind of give you a reference on stuff like that. So shout out to Deutsch Auto Parts. You guys are amazing. They're located in Charlotte, North Carolina. But Forge Motorsport, now you guys already know I've done a series of videos with Forge, meaning the carbon fiber intake. I've done a blow-off valve video. And these are all parts that I have on my car that I love. So the carbon fiber intake, I used to have an oil catch can from them, but we'll talk about the oil catch can later on. I also did a short shifter kit, and also I have a turbo blanket on their car as well, which is pretty dope. But they're pretty cool, and I love I love the guys over there at Forge Motorsport. Matt, Sean, Brandon, you guys are epic, and keep doing what you're doing because the customer service is always top notch, high quality, like the product. So make sure you hit them a ring. Also, this is a logo that you're not going to know right here, and that's Melly Design Firm. Now, what are they? They're actually a company who actually makes lightweight battery boxes, meaning that if you want to go racing and you want to do the quickest way of getting, I guess the quickest way to shave weight off the car, this is one of the coolest ways to do it. And I'm going to be making a video about this in the next couple of weeks, so you guys will see that. Melly Design Firm makes lightweight battery trays with the lightweight battery. They don't make the batteries themselves, they make the trays that the lightweight batteries go into, and it works, and it's pretty much a bolt right on the top. It bolts right on the top of the factory battery tray, so it's minimal effort for you. The other thing is that it shaves about 19 pounds off the front nose of the car, which is amazing, right? So you're definitely going to see that video, so stay tuned with that. Racing Line Performance. Now, obviously, I love them because of the fact that, one, they work closely with ECS. They also work closely with Deutsche Auto Parts. And I have an oil catch can from them because of the, obviously, I'm making over 30 PSI. Stock PCV is not really happy at that. So I went ahead and made sure that I got a PCV system where it was completely deleted and running an oil catch can manually, which is why I have that. Also, I do have their carbon fiber rear body brace as well. So pretty much we are good to go with the rigidity of the inside of the car, and plus it looks really good. Underneath that, you do have Integrated Engineering. Now, you guys know I have a couple parts from them. One is the most expensive part that I've gotten, which is, oh, I paid for it, but I'm just saying, it's one of the most expensive pieces, is the built short block. It's built and engineered by Integrated Engineering, and it's a plug-and-play system, right? So you're able to go ahead, you're able to just see, you're able to just go ahead and buy the block and drop it in the car, put a head on it, and you're good to go. And obviously you have to break it in and stuff like that, but that's really the simplistic factor of the Integrated Engineering short block, which I like. Also, I do have a front mount intercooler from Integrated Engineering on the car as well. So yeah, I mean, so now, like, pretty much you've seen the side of the car. Just a quick tangent. The wheels that I'm running are Conte Corsas. They're 18 by 9 with a 35 offset. The fronts, I had to shave 5 millimeters off the center of the wheel on the inside to make them fit. So now they're a 40 offset in the front. Also, I do have slotted rotors from SP Performance. SP Performance out in Connecticut, as well as EBC Yellow Stuff Racing track pad. So yeah. So now let's go ahead and go into the front of the car, and then let's close this video out. And last but not least, we move on to the front of the car. So obviously you guys see, like I said, the JR14 logo is also on the front hood here. Diagonal, you know, I love it. Not diagonal, but horizontal on the car. It looks kind of cool. Gives it kind of like a little offset vibe to it. Also, you do have a couple of racing stripes, one that offsets the other, which is kind of cool. Obviously, we talked about Rova. And we talked about Aerofab. This is the Aerofab front splitter right here. I love running Aerofab products. You guys know that already. I'm an advocate, fan of Aerofab products. And you guys make sure you stay tuned because the last one here, I don't know if you guys saw in the last clip where I had that big box in the back seat, but me and German Performance are definitely cooking something up, and Aerofab as well. So you definitely make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And then last but not least, European Auto. So European Auto, I consider these guys like my family. They're really close to me. They're really cool peoples. I love all of them. You know, they take care of the car. They take care of me. They take care of everybody that walks in there and make sure that their car is fixed correct the first time, which is why if I have any issues, I go directly to them. But yeah. Listen guys, I'm going to go ahead and close this video out, but if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what type of content that you guys want to see, so comment down below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And you guys always remember, with TCR replica race cars driving in the streets of New York City, you guys always remember that cars are a lifestyle. Take care.